Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Plays Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies. Today, who else but us can save her? We can't give up on her now. For an instant there, you were afraid of the orca, weren't you, Right Dono? When you saw the photograph of the victim from a year ago, you turned paler than me. That's impossible. He saw right through me. It's obvious you have neither the guts nor the determination to defend the orca. It's true that Orla can't speak, and I don't know her thoughts. But there is someone who believes in Orla with all her heart. I respect the trust she has in Orla, so I'm willing to believe in Orla too. And what do you know about the orcas? Nothing, that's what. So allow me to fill you in. Do you have any idea why orcas are also known as killer whales? Because they are cunning and merciless predators that hunt and kill even true whales. So, killer whales really are killers? What a terrifying creatures indeed. I can't bear to hear any more of this such rubbish as trusting a killer. Can you, your baldness? No matter what you say, I will continue to believe. I don't give up that easy, you know. Dullard, you don't know when to give up, do you? Very well, I shall give you a chance to prove just how determined you are. Witness, spare no quarter, and lay the full truth on them. Oh, but of course, this is what I do after all. Prosecutor Blackwell, what will you have the witness testify about? I shall have her testify about what she saw and what she heard. What she heard? Does she even have ears? Very well, Mr. Plume. Please tell the court what you saw and what you heard. I don't know. Kind of looks like she's earless. Kind of like she's pulling a freeze off a little bit, but she doesn't have holes in the side of her head. What I saw and what I heard. The killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. I was calm when I saw it. Start to headbutt. Why? But when the pirate hat and victim came floating up, I let out a scream! Ah! So the orca displayed the same behavior as during the incident a year ago. That's right. Those weren't just simple cries, it was singing. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started to sing. It kept headbutting while it was saying the swashbuckler spectacular song. That's right. It was singing the same song it sang in the aquarium stage show back then. It was singing while it was headbutting. Oh, it was perfectly horrible. I don't see a single obvious inconsistency in this testimony. Time to press the shit out of her. It's clear I won't be able to take apart her statement with evidence alone. Mr. Wright, now would be a good time for me to put my skills to work. Oh, okay. It's time to show that what analytical psychology can really do. You seem pretty confident. Well, let me guess. You noticed a contradiction between the testimony and emotions. You bet I did. And once we expose it, we might be able to crack her. No, scratch that. Make it. We'll definitely be able to. Okay, then let's give your knowledge analytical psychology a try. I forgot to turn the AC to low, so when it turned on, man, it was blowing. You got it, boss. A complete analysis of Mr. Plume's heart. Coming right up. It's like, looks like her heart has a murmur in it. That's not good. Okay, so you got nothing here. You got nothing here. Oh, shock. And sadness? Okay. Why were you sad here? Ms. the Plume, Orla really frightened you when with her headbutting, didn't she? Don't be absurd. I was not frightened by the legs of any killer whale. It must have been something else that scared her then, boss. However, I do remember being very afraid for some reason while I was doing that. Sounds like you saw something we haven't discussed yet. Take your time and try to remember what it was. What did you see? This is practically turning into a counseling session. I saw something. Oh! I remember now. Okay, good. Now if you could please tell the court what you saw. I saw bright red blood. The killer whales were ramming caused the victim to bleed. That was a great cloud of blood. What? Did we not have a picture of this? Yeah, I mean, I guess we didn't see that it was red. Yes, that's it. That's why I was so sure. That's when I knew that the killer whale had killed a person for a second time, because aquatic animals don't bleed like that when they're being killed, clearly. Well, that is a very compelling statement indeed. Looking at this again, like Chronos just did, that there does appear to be something that could be a clot of blood. So our terror was a reaction to blood, was it? Ooh, that would certainly explain what happened yesterday. Please take a look at this bloodstained coin. Eek! Cease and desist! I mean, it is, to be fair, some people have a phobia of blood. So, if you shouldn't really just go around going, hey, look at this bloody thing. It's kind of weird. It's also just kind of weird, yeah. I mean, if you're an investigator, detective, whatever, looking for evidence, that's one thing. And I guess technically we were doing that, but we're lawyers. I was badly injured during an interview once. Ever since that, I've been terrified of blood. The very sight of it is dreadfully upsets my delicate sensibilities. This is a bad turn. As Mr. Plume saw blood, then does that mean Orla really did attack the victim? It would appear that orcas are even more vicious than I. So, how does it feel to be thoroughly rammed by your own cross-examination, Wright Dono? What do we do, boss? Also, that was very suggestive. That testimony was not at all what I expected to hear. Wait a minute. There's still some discord left in Mr. Plume's heart. What? You mean there's more? Yeah, but there's no telling what it is. It could be something even more damaging. Is there anything left in our case to damage? Well, whatever it is, we'll have to face it head on. Athena, you believe in Orla, right? No. What? If so, there's no reason for us to shy away from the truth. Yeah, you're right. I know we can handle the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God, whatever it is, so let's delve a little deeper. You get it, boss! Alright, so nothing, I can't skip, oh, okay, I can skip the text. No, I can't, never mind. Info updated. Okay, so shock and sadness, maybe horror. Sadness and horror are the same thing, right? Okay. What would be different? I mean, I guess here it's new. But which one? The fair one, the shocked one? Fair, sadness, shock, surprised. I don't know. I have no idea. We have plenty of life left, so... no music. Huh, her fear appears to lessen here. Oh, that's right, there's different levels! Her fear seems to lessen here at this statement. Mr. Plume, weren't you afraid when you saw the victim with blood coming out of him? My, that's a very good question. I was shaking after witnessing the murder, yes, but then... the blood seemed to disappear. Disappear? Why do you suppose that was? Simple! It was because of the pirate hat. After the killer whale put the hat on, the blood of... oh, the whale was bleeding. Oh, probably headbutting the stone then. The cloud of blood disappeared.
Objection!
And how exactly does that work? The whale was bleeding. How should I know? I'm just telling you what I remember, Blue Boy. Wait a minute. From whom was the blood that Mr. Plume was actually saw? Okay, let's try that again, but actually with English. From whom was this blood that Mr. Plume saw actually coming from? You.
Take that!
Consider this. Maybe the one who was bleeding wasn't the victim. I beg your pardon? What kind of ridiculous nonsense is that? There was no one else in the pool besides the victim. No, I wouldn't say there was no one else. It is an orca pool after all. What? Then where's the alleged injury on the defendant? I'm not sure, but it's if simply wearing the pirate hat made the blood disappear, then the blood must have been coming from somewhere on the oh my god. Then the blood must have been coming from somewhere on Orla's head. Jesus Christ. Well, oh! The orca's head. What are you prattling on about? Please think about it again, Mr. Plume. Think back to what you really saw. That is... Why is there a vent under me? It feels weird. The one who was bleeding was not the victim, but the killer whale. I remember now. There wasn't any blood coming from the victim after all. So is the hat like Captain America's shield where it just goes back to the whale's head? We did it! Analytical psychology got us what we needed from her. That was a huge help, Athena. And also pretty dicey for a while, though. Well, this is a surprise. The blood the witness saw was the defendant's, not the victim's. That is correct, and since there was no blood coming from the victim, there's only one thing we can conclude. That Ms. Plume witness was not the moment of murder as she claims.
Objection!
I thought you were unarmed, but it turns out you were concealing a sword after all. Is that a penis joke? Nevertheless, it's far too dull to cut to the bone. Meaning... I grant that what the witness saw was not the victim's blood, but it proves nothing. After all, being rammed doesn't always result in a wound that bleeds, right? Death from internal hemorrhaging is also a possibility. He has a point. And he did have a bruise on him, right? But it's just on his wrist? And while I'm sure internal bleeding in the arm area is extremely painful, it's probably not going to kill you. Not with that little bruising anyways. And even then, it would have to be fucking... Yeah, it would have to be pretty up there. And severe. To kill you anyways. I mean, I guess a blood clot. Nah, I mean, from that long, probably not. If you wish to challenge me to a duel, you'll need a sharper blade than that, right, Dono? I demand evidence that proves the witness did not see the moment of the murder. There must be something. Think, Phoenix. If I'm correct, then the victim's death occurred before Plume saw it, right? If the victim was already dead when Orla started her headbutting, then that would mean he died sometime before Ms. Plume was watching. The events Mr. Plume witnessed took place around 10 a.m. or 10 a.m. It must have something to do that. I must have something that can tell us about what happened before 10:10. Around 10:10. The calendar or the autopsy, right? There's no estimated time of death. It's still under investigation. And this says 10:10. That's the only reason why I would imagine that. Calendar?
Take that!
This is the evidence that proves Mr. Plume did not see the moment. Nope. Okay, never mind. Huh? I'm not sure it really related to Mr. Plume did or did not witness. Shit, Athena, shut your mouth. But you're not sure, right? No, but we can be quite sure it's unrelated. Yes, quite. Take that, health bar. Ouch. I guess we can be. The answer Mr. Plume witness at 10 a.m. Okay, so I'll try the autopsy report next.
Take that!
No. Okay. Oh no, I don't want to watch, thank you. I'm missing something and I don't know what it is. So it's not that, it's not the calendar. I don't know why we still have the fish with us. This technically took place before 10:10, but that's still part of the crime scene and murder, right? So... I don't fucking know. I got 3 health bars left. I mean, I guess I can do the security footage one more because it's technically before 10:10.
Take that!
Really? Okay, sure. We've only seen the footage from 10:09 to 10:10, which means there's still footage going further back than that we need to check. Your Honor, I request that all of the security footage be played for the court. All of the footage? Mr. Bloom witnessed the cloud of blood around 10:10, but I believe the victim was already dead by that time. So your assertion is that the murder took place before Mr. Plume arrived. Exactly. The security footage starts at 10 a.m. when the aquarium opened. And I believe it is vital evidence, there's vital evidence in the 10 minutes before. Why wouldn't they have watched that? You are quite the gambling man, right, Dono? Are you honestly willing to risk everything on those mere 10 minutes? 10 minutes can be a long time sometimes. I've bet on slimmer chances before, but when he puts it that way... My boss is no coward with Prosecutor Blackwell, so I suggest you get ready to eat a humble pie. Uh-oh. I can't back down now. Well, if the defense is that confident in its importance, I thought that said impotence for a second, and I was like, that's completely different. Prosecutor Blackwell, the security footage. Fulbright. Roger! I have the rest of the security footage right here! And none of us has apparently watched it, for whatever reason. Unless they did and they didn't think it was important, and now we're gonna screw ourselves, but at the same time, I would imagine that would be pretty important. To watch all of the footage, not even just like the murder a few minutes before, like the whole days to figure out why the fucking captain was in there, right? Please have something for me. This is what it looked like at 10:10 a.m. The witness can be seen here. All right, I'll just back the footage up to the beginning. Really small. Like, I like aquariums, but some of these, you know, things are just too small. Not appears Mr. Plume hasn't arrived at this point. Now let's see if I can find something from before this point. Well, that actually explains that the captain didn't enter the pool of his own admission. Also, your hawk might have fleas. That means he must have been there already. Is that it? Yep, that's all the footage there is. Well, Mr. Bright, did you see what you were looking for? Actually, yes. We got nothing. No, we do. You're right. We do have nothing. There's nothing there. The captain was never there until fucking 10:09 when he started headbutting, right? Well, right, Dono? Those were the 10 minutes you placed your bet on. Did you see anything of significance? Did I see anything important? I better think about this carefully. Yes! In that footage, something is important. There's nothing. This is the important thing the footage shows. Alright, well now I'm confused myself. Nothing. It shows nothing. I want that to be an option. I'll just select that. And what is so vital about this point, Mr. Wright? Different things are important to different people. Importance is a subjective thing. Alright, so there's clearly something different then that I'm missing. Irk. Wait a minute. What if something there should be in the footage but isn't there? Please wait, Your Honor. That footage. Do I select nothing important? It's because there's nothing there. We can see nothing of importance in that footage. Just as I thought. Ha ha ha! You're right about that. The section was completely meaningless. It doesn't show a thing. That's why I didn't submit it as evidence.
Objection!
Okay. I played myself, but the game played me with that stupid little selection there. Alright, cool. No, it's just the opposite. What do you mean by that? In these 10 minutes of footage, something important that should be there isn't there. Detective Fulbright, this footage should have been submitted as evidence. What? Are you questioning the way I carry out my duty to justice? Mr. Wright, explain yourself, please. What is the important thing that you say should be in this footage? You...
Take that!
The important thing we should be seeing in the footage is the victim himself, Jack Shipley. I don't know about you, but I didn't see him in the pool of that footage. Oh. My eyes glowed. Ah! Oh, that's right! If the victim is not shown entering the pool in this footage, it means that he must have been there by the Skull Rock during those 10 minutes. But no human being can hold their breath underwater for that long. 1 second. I think there is... Okay, I don't think it's 10 minutes, but I think I saw something about, something. 1 second. Longest breath held underwater by human. Okay, professional breath holder diver, Badimer Sobot's world record of 24 minutes and 37 seconds holding his breath underwater. During a breath hold, the level of blood CO2 rises. Jesus Christ. 24 fucking minutes? I actually thought it was like 12 minutes. Fuck. Okay. Yeah. That's, shockingly longer than I thought it was. I thought the record was like 12 to 13 minutes. But 24 minutes, you know, kind of impressive. I would not be able to do that. Wait a minute, are you saying? When the security cameras started up at 10 a.m., the victim was already dead. What? Order in the court. If that's the case, then when was the victim murdered? I don't know, Your Honor, but we now know it would have been sometime before 10 a.m. Therefore, this footage can no longer be called decisive evidence against my client. But there is no one else who could have killed the victim. Not necessarily. The defense believes that the true culprit may have been human. And we have evidence to back up our theory as well. Do you now? I would be very interested in seeing this evidence. The defense trump card. That thing we found yesterday during our investigation. I wouldn't go so far to call it decisive evidence, but now's the time to play it. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please submit your evidence. What evidence shows a crime may have been committed by a human? This fish! No, this coin.
Take that!
What's this? A coin? Yes, a fake coin used in the aquarium's pirate show. We found it beside the pool. I don't know why we wouldn't say we found it poolside, but sure. This coin is quite possibly the real murder weapon. Oh, this tiny little coin is the murder weapon? Mr. Wright, is this another one of your bluffs? As they say, the bolder the presentation, the less confidence of the solicitor. This is no bluff, and this isn't the only coin. There are 300 of these coins in all, weighing a total of about 7 pounds. Just one, this one just happens to have blood on it. Did you have the blood analyzed to see whose it is? Not yet. But there were coins scattered all around the body, and the victim had a head wound. Taking these things into account, I believe it has to be the victim's blood. So, to put it together, we have about 7 pounds of coins by the poolside, and one of them has a blood stain on it. I think the answer is pretty clear here. Your Honor! The defense proposes that the victim was killed beside the poolside. Whatever. The side of the pool? You're confusing Chronos. But if the murder took place there, it would be difficult to say the orca did it. I realize you're trying to defend your client, but that theory is preposterous. How could the 300 coins possibly be made to hit someone all at once? A bag? A box? Magneto? It's pretty easy if they were in a bag or something of that nature. And so where is this bag the coins were in? Unfortunately, Your Honor, we recovered nothing of sorts from the scene. It's possible the culprit took it with them. They took it. The true culprit used the coins as a blunt instrument to commit murder. They then threw the body into the pool before the security camera started up. And then they left, taking the bag of coins, the coins were in with them. They got rid of the evidence that points to the human culprit to pin the blame on Orla. That was brilliant, Mr. Wright! You found a way to introduce the possibility of a human proprietor. What? Proprietor? No, a perpetrator. Yeah, somehow. Let's hope my luck holds out. I wonder why Prosecutor... Oh, sorry. Whenever I see him, I start doing that voice. I wonder why Prosecutor Blackwell hasn't said anything yet. And the possibility of a perpetrator, other than the defendant, has now been suggested. But if we hold this possibility to be true, then what did Ms. DePlume witness? That's right. I saw the killer whale attack the victim. Just like it did a year ago, singing a song. Huh. I guess there still is that. Even with somebody else as the culprit, Orla's behavior still seems pretty bizarre. I wonder why she was doing the same thing she did a year ago. But is it really that bizarre? What do you mean? To explain the inexplicable, all we have to do is turn our thinking around. Turn our thinking around, huh? Sounds good to me. Time to give the old turn my thinking around a method a try. Instead of trying to figure out why Orla did the same thing she did a year ago, I should consider the results that were produced by her behavior this time around. Orla sang a song, did some headbutting, and bit the victim. If the real culprit wanted to shift the suspicion onto Orla, then they would have needed to give people a reason to think Orla did it in the first place. Mr. Wright, as her lawyer, how do you explain your client's actions? I believe we should think of it this way, Your Honor. What kind of effect did Orla's action have on the case? Very well, then why don't you explain it to the court? How did the defendant's action affect the case? They created a witness, they killed the victim, they get rid of evidence. I'm gonna assume it was they created a witness, right? Alright, so, yeah, I assume they created a witness, right? Mrs. DePlume focused her attention on the orca pool because she heard the song. The orca's act of singing a song created a witness. Created a witness? Isn't it possible that the fabricating a witness was the real culprit's true intention? After all, Ms. DePlume witnessed two things. She saw Orla headbutting something over and over, and then she saw the orca bite the victim. Those two actions of Orla's might have been the real culprit's part to make the witness think the orca was attacking the victim. Are you saying that the defendant was being manipulated by the true perpetrator? Exactly, and that would explain Orla's action perfectly. But the defendant is an orca. Is it even possible to manipulate her? Yes, the whistle, right?
Take that!
Is this a whistle? Yes, Your Honor. Trainers at the aquarium use... Whoa, no, we're gonna incriminate Sasha! Trainers at the aquarium use this whistle to issue commands on Orla. But in truth, anyone can do it, provided they know the right signals. Ah, that must be how they got Orla to do the tricks for their pirate show. There we go, not private. The true culprit hid the body in a spot that couldn't be seen from the visitor's corridor. Then, when Mr. Plume appeared, they gave Orla the commands. In other words, Orla was being manipulated by the culprit to perform a series of tricks. What? Oh, thank God, wind didn't blow up my ass. And as for you, Mrs. Plume, you were manipulated by the true culprit to play a part of the victim. Here comes the wind! I, Norma de Plume, was set up! I, Norma de Plume, writer extraordinaire, extreme fucking close-up, was used? No. Wind! Holy fuck! Cover yourself. Mr. Plume, please do something about your attire. That was one wardrobe malfunction I did not want to see. It would appear we need to shift our suspicion towards someone other than Orla. Prosecutor Blackwell, please have the bloodstained coin analyzed. You waste your breath. I guess even Prosecutor Blackwell can't refute the possibilities of a human suspect. You did it, boss! If the crime happened beside the pool, there's no way an orca could have done it. Unless they're evolving. Now, if only we could find the bag that coins were in. In light of the new discovery, it would appear that the orca couldn't have done it. Exactly, Your Honor. If the blood on the coin proves to be the victim's, we can unequivocally overturn Orla's accusations.
Objection!
I've broken my shackles again! Overturn the defendant's accusation? I think not. Oh, you cut off my spike! Oh, I grew back. My hair! My beautiful hair! Yesterday, a new inmate was brought into the prison. He said, the moment you relax is when you're most vulnerable. I mean, that's kind of true. And what did this man go in for? He's merely a sneaky thief who enjoys a spot of fishing now and then. But Wright Dono, who here would be easier to hook than any fish. Scree! That Huck sure does love the judge's head. It's like a statue. What's this? The coin from before and some sort of bag? A bag? Oh, I don't think I'm gonna like this. This is the coin bag that the 300 coins were in. I believe you were looking for this. How did you get that? I never said we didn't find it at the crime scene. The bag had blood on it, so naturally I had it sent to the crime lab. And does the blood belong to the victim? It does indeed, as does the blood on the coin. I knew it! So the blood on the coin did belong to the victim. The bag was open and the coins had all spilled out. But the bag alone wasn't proof enough to say it was used as a murder weapon. However, thanks to the defense and their coin, I am more than satisfied that it was. Prosecutor Blackwell, are you conceding that the true culprit committed the murder with a bag of coins? I shall concede that the victim was put into the pool after his death. However, even with the bag, it doesn't change the fact it was the orca who killed the victim. What? How can you still suspect Orla? You said the true culprit manipulated Orla's behavior. But Orla isn't the kind of orca that could let someone control her. If anything, Orla used the victim's behavior against him to murder him. What? What? Are you arguing that orca manipulated a human being? To prove it, I have summoned another witness. Marlon Rhymes. Take the stand. Marlon Rhymes is a witness? Well, don't just stand there, state your name. Don't rap, please. I told you I didn't want to be a witness. I thought one witness would be quite enough to prove the defendant's guilt. But apparently, Wright Donor won't be satisfied until every stone is turned. Well, son of a... Alright, fine. If I gotta talk, then let's get it over with. Mr. Rhyme doesn't seem like a willing witness. I wonder what Prosecutor Blackwell is going to have them testify about. So could we have your name and occupation for the record? Ah, fuck. Ahoy! Yo! Yo ho ho! People of the law, time to testify. Chilling with my crew at the ship shape. Orcas, penguins, and escapades? Cleaning and feeding, there ain't no end. But damn bratty kids' tours I shall transcend. Noob animal keeper from the House of Rhymes. I'm the master keeper, Marlin with the rhymes. Oh, in the seascape. Okay. Hey, anyone getting that bucket that's big enough to hold his head under? Oh my, I'm afraid I couldn't understand a word of it. That's what the flip-flop music young people nowadays talk like. So close, Your Honor. So close. And yet so far. Please proceed with your testimony then. Without the flip-flop. Okay, fine. Well, I don't want to do this, I tell you. I feel like I'm selling Sasha out. The man manipulating Orca. About 10 a.m., I was in the staff room. I heard a loud noise from the pool room. So I went to the door to look in. I couldn't see the captain or the Orca, but I saw a bunch of coins scattered around. The Orca knows there's a certain spot people stand to play volleyball with her. I think maybe she knocked down the stuff that was piled up there and hit the captain. Huh, so that gives us a little more info about the area around the Orca pool. Okay. Yeah, so... As the only other person that we haven't really had any suspicion of, well, that we've had suspicion of right now, I guess I say the other people in this case don't have any suspicions on him like Marlin does. So I guess my assumption right now is Marlin's a murderer. We'll see. The defendant made that stuff fall down. Overturned crates and assorted props were scattered all over the pool room. There's no doubt that this was the Orca that caused the mess. But could she really have done that from within the pool? Huh. As I said, the Orca is the only one that could have performed such a feat. The pool and its room were tidied the night before, including the various odds and ends. But when our rhyming Marlin took a look-see, over 400 pounds of props has fallen. To move it all in one go would challenge even the brawniest prisoner in the cell next to mine. What is he? The jail gossip? Yeah, I think he is, actually. It's like, we don't have much entertainment in there. So, how did 400 pounds of items fall all at once? I tell you how. The Orca pulled the cloth that was underneath them. A weight that would all but be impossible for a mere human to move. Was child's play to an Orca. During a friendly game of volleyball, the defendant made the crates fall, and the bag of coins that was among the items fell on the victim's heads and killed him. The Orca then toyed with the victim's body underwater, which is what Ms. DePlume saw.
Objection!
But the witness only said he heard a loud noise. That doesn't automatically make it the sound of Orla making the items fall. Also, why did you only look in on the pool anyways, Mr. Rhymes? Oh, the Orca sometimes makes a loud noise to summon a trainer. But I'm still a newbie, so I don't have a security card to get into the pool room itself. And even if she tries to summon somebody, there isn't much I can do about it. I see. So the witness couldn't enter the crime scene.
Objection!
If Mr. Rhymes couldn't enter the room, there's at least one thing he can't be sure about. His statement that Orca was playing volleyball is pure speculation.
Silence!
Whether the Orca was actually playing volleyball or not is not the issue. Traces of the Orca's saliva were found on the cloth that was underneath the crates. The important point is that the Orca is the only one that could have moved the items. I have to discredit that statement somehow. Feet! If I don't, it means that Orla was the culprit, even if the victim died beside the pool. Man, you got bug-eyed. I don't know, it's... Or fish-eyed, really. I don't know. It's fucking kind of horrifying, man. Sorry? Okay.
Hold it!
Were you in the staff room, actually? One second. She got lost, right? No, it was the food prep room. Yeah, okay. Are you sure about the time you were in the staff room? What? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm pretty good at time. I've never been late to work once. Huh. He's sure about the time, then there's something wrong with that statement. I better take another look through the court records. All right, please continue. Okay, so it's gonna be on that one.
Hold it!
You heard the noise were all the way in the staff room. That's right, the orca pool room and the staff room are pretty close to each other. Anyways, I heard the noise. So I went to the door of the pool room. But I don't have a security card, so all I could do was look through the window crack or door crack. What kind of noise did you hear? Want me to describe it? Here we go. Oh yeah! The crash, the boom, bound down to relativity, everything falling with the sweet simplicity. This testimony, yo, ain't got no fallacies, things falling and breaking, was pure insanity. What was some of the stuff that I missed? Yo, word up, courtroom number 4. Okay. Kind of like that. Okay, but why the need to wrap it? Well, I didn't really get all that, but in any case, I gather it was very loud. Very well, please describe what you saw at the scene. Please don't rap again.
Hold it!
You couldn't see the victim. I was looking through the door of the crack. I guess all the stuff was blocking my view. I did notice a bunch of coins scattered all over the place, though. But at the time, I had no idea the captain was dead. Killed by gold coins. Ironic, isn't it? Perhaps the orca wanted to be paid for her labor. Paid in coins, raining from the sky. Coins raining from the sky? He makes it sound almost poetic. But the hard truth is that the coins were actually the murder weapon. We all deserve to be paid for our work, do we not? I shall have a fine meal tonight. If you find your client guilty, I'm assuming you guys can afford to eat in general. Actually, you're in prison, so I'm pretty sure, except for like the commissary items, you get your food provided for you anyways. Mr. Rhymes, do you have any theories on how the things get knocked down? Of course I do.
Hold it!
She uses this ball and does a spike, right? We had a nice little demonstration of Orla's spike for ourselves to see the other day. If you stand on the marked spot of the floor, the orca spikes the ball at you. Huh, Taka is good at flying straight at his target as well. And I see plenty of targets right here in this courtroom. Oh, come on. Huh? Everybody's still busy protecting their heads. They forgot about the trial, including you. Tell them what the defendant caused. This to happen. Caused to happen. Well, the orca knows people standing in a certain spot for volleyball.
Hold it!
Are you saying you think she knocked down the items on purpose? No, I don't want to believe it myself, but that orca's pretty smart. It'd be pretty easy. It'd be easy for her to pull the cloth the stuff was on while it was playing volleyball. Why would you keep it that close to the pool anyways? Orcas are really strong. One good pull and those things would come crashing down. Guess maybe an orca could be strong enough to make that much stuff fall. I've never seen an orca play tug-of-war myself. But the fact is, this one did, and Venus agrees. The traces of the orca's saliva was found in the cloth provided. Prove it. How long do you plan on to walk a tightrope on these shaky theories of yours? Wait until you see me do acrobats. Moments like these are what I became a lawyer to be again for. I don't know why, but Mr. Rhymes is lying. I'm afraid I have to expose that secret he and Pearls were keeping to resolve this. Alright, so we gotta... Yeah, we gotta present the calendar here next time. Thank you for watching. I'll see y'all then. Have a great day. Bye.